If you didn't know already, I really like ground handling. Okay, so I'm doing a new project that I'm really excited about, and I wanted to just do a quick little video to share it with you. If you're into paragliding, you know how important ground handling is. And if you're like most people, and like me, you don't do it enough. Lack of motivation, lack of structure, lack of friends to do it, lack of sunshine, whatever it might be. So recently there were two things that got me into this idea. A lot of you might know Cloud-Based Mayhem, you know, Gavin McClurg's podcast. There's one particular episode that is all about ground handling, and this is where he gets interviewed by his friend, and his friend is something like a 1 hour or 10-hour pilot. He's very new, and even though that episode is full of good stuff, what seems apparent to me is the questions that his friend is asking and the answers that Gavin is giving him are not necessarily in tune, as in they're speaking a different language. And obviously because his friend has just started, even though he hasn't flown much, he's done a little bit of ground handling, there's nothing to follow. There isn't like a common language or a common set of goals. So that was the first thing that got me into it. And the other thing was Ian Currer's talk. It's a few videos back on this channel, and it's all about setting goals and using goals to continue your progression in the sport, not only so that you stay in the sport, but that you can enjoy it, you can progress, you can stay safer. So combining these two things together made me think we don't really have that for ground handling. You know, if you want to fly cross country, you can set your own goals by saying, I want to fly 10k and then 20k and then 30k. But for ground handling, that doesn't really exist. So that's what I'm going to make. I was thinking something like a mix between those DVDs that people can buy and Movember, a community thing. Not really sure how to explain it, but think about it as a ground handling challenge, as a set of exercises from the really simple pulling up the wing and keep it above your head, all the way to being able to do 360 and flying your wing backwards. So that everyone has something that can relate to it. And everyone is in that curve. If you're a complete beginner, you're at the beginning. And if you're an acro legend, you're right at the end. You can do everything and more. So let me show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I started by doing a spreadsheet of every ground handling move I could think of, and I've also asked some friends, so they've been helping me with that, as well as what I think the difficulty is of each one and how to measure success. So for instance, pulling it up overhead, if you do it 3 times, consider that a success. Or flying your wing backwards, if you can do that for 1 minute, then we can consider that a success. And you can do that as many times as you want. So my idea was to do some videos based on this, but then I thought actually much better is to create a community around it and do a challenge like Movember, which is all about men coming together to improve men's health. Well, I feel that this is very similar. It's people coming together, sharing their experiences, ground handling as much as possible, so everyone overall has more fun, but more importantly builds up their skills to stay safer when you're flying. Because as we know, ground handling has a direct relationship to how good your skills are in the air. So I've decided to start a really simple website. It has one page, which these are templates, but it will have all kinds of different exercises. Those exercises that you saw on the list will be here, and they will have little thumbnails like that to see what they are. And then once you click on one exercise, you have a small description that tells you how to do it and why it's important, and then more importantly, some examples. And also on these examples we can see what wing they were flying and what wind conditions, because even in something as simple as pulling the wing above your head, if you're doing it with a small wing in light winds, it will be very different to pulling it up with a big wing in strong winds. And obviously this is all about community. So it's all about you going out there and trying it for yourself. So if you can do videos of that and then submit your own, then very quickly you can see we create a big base of knowledge where each one of these will be populated with lots of videos, lots of examples, and we can have a discussion about it and we can learn from each other. So that's it, that's the basic idea. It's a lot of work, but I'm really excited about it because it will hopefully enable people to do it themselves, to share experiences, and to provide a resource that people can go in and learn for themselves and practice. And yeah, if you think this is a good idea, let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions of something to do different, let me know, because again, this is all about the community. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and as soon as the weather is good, I'm definitely going to be out either ground handling or flying. Bye.